common misconception that happens among students in math is distributing a negative. And what happens is you'll have something like this, and they distribute like this. So let's set x equal to 2 and see if this is right. So we have negative 2 plus 6, which equals 4. On the other hand, if we plug it into here, we get negative 2 plus 6, which is equal to 8 in here, and we have a negative out front, so we get a negative 8. So this is not right. It doesn't give us the same answer. Let's see how we can think about this in a different way. So there's two different ways you can think about this. The first way is to, if you see a negative in front of your parentheses, you can do the opposite. So take this and do the opposite of it, and take this and do the opposite of it. You need to take the opposite of every single term that you have in your parentheses. So we have x, and the opposite is negative x. And we have 6, and the opposite of 6 is negative 6. So we come up with negative x minus 6. But there's another way you can think about this, because there's an implied 1 out there. And this implied 1, we can distribute the whole thing. So then we end up with negative 1 times x plus negative 1 times 6. And we get negative 1 times x is negative x, and negative 1 times 6 is negative 6. So we come to the same conclusion no matter which way we do it, it's going to be the same. Let's think about a problem that's a little bit harder. So say we have something like this. Say we have this. So there's nothing I can do inside of the parentheses because there are no like terms in here. So we can't simplify anything inside the parentheses. But before we can do anything to simplify further, we have to get this negative distributed into here. The first way you can think about it is you see the negative outside of the parentheses. So you take each of these terms and you make them their opposite. So we still have 6 out here, and the opposite of x is negative x. The opposite of 6 is negative 6. The opposite of negative y is positive y. And the opposite of negative z is positive z. So we come up with, those cancel, we get negative x plus y plus z. Now let's think about it with a 1 out in front. We have this 1. All right, let's distribute this 1 to each of these terms, to every single one of the terms, and see what we get. So we have 6 plus negative 1 times x plus negative 1 times 6 minus negative 1 times y minus negative 1 times z. So we come up with 6 minus x minus 6 plus y plus z. We can cross these, we get negative x plus y plus z. So we come to the same conclusion here.